Hey guys, welcome to Texas Kaiju Fishing. So today's video, it's an informative video, and I want to tell y'all about jig heads and jig fishing and how it's probably the cheapest way to get into fishing. So first I want to start out by covering the gear and then going into the lures and soft plastics and then wrapping the whole thing up. So for jig fishing, it's not the big old jigs that bass anglers throw. I'm talking about small jig heads to catch little fish. You might hook into a big one, but we are targeting small fish. So ideally, I like to use light spinning tackle. So spinning reels that 8-pound monofilament or smaller. And so the ones I have are this outside granite. There's a couple of Daiwa reels. I have 3 Daiwa reels. This one you can put up to 8-pound monofilament. It's currently spooled up with 10-pound braid. And then I have this one spooled up with 8-pound mono, and this one has 4-pound mono. This one is actually the one I use the most with my light action spinning rod. And then this is on my travel rod, which is a medium action rod, I believe. It might be light action. And it has 10-pound braid, which is 4-pound monofilament diameter, and 6-pound monofilament leader. And my wife prefers to use spinning tackle, and so she has a Shimano also with 30-pound braid, and it has a 8-pound copolymer leader. And so she can throw a little. She throws 1/4 and 1/4 ounce, half-ounce lures on hers. That's why she's got that 30-pound braid and a little heavier leader than I would use. For the spinning rods, you want to grab light action. It'll just make it a whole lot easier for the type of jigs we're throwing. You can get away using medium action rods if you think you're going to hook into a decent sized fish and want enough backbone to haul it in. They also make the new light medium. On my light action, the smallest jig head I'll throw is a 132 ounce jig head. And here it goes. And then the biggest I will throw on spinning tackle, I go up to a 1/4 ounce jig head. And this you'll put on like a 2-inch, not a 2-inch, but a 3-inch swim bait, 3-inch grub. But very rarely do I use this on anything that doesn't have 8-pound test or higher spooled into the reel. Now, for the jig heads, they make different styles. So you have your tube jig head, your traditional ball jig head, round ball jig head, and some of them even come fish shaped, arrowhead, minnow head shaped jig heads. So I do put different plastics on each. For those minnow shaped jig heads, I usually attach a soft plastic imitating a minnow, or I'll put a paddle tail swim bait. And for the tubes, they sell hollow body tubes and solid body tubes. For the tube head jigs, you want to use the hollow body, because you'll take the hollow body and you'll put the jig head inside. Then once the jig head is inside, you'll push that eye through the soft body the plastic and then tie it, and then you'll have this presentation with your tube. To start out, traditionally, like, just stick with the traditional round head jig head, and you can get this in any size. They have 132 ounce, 1/16 ounce, 1/8, 1/4. This is a 1/4. As far as soft plastics, you gotta take into account the jig hook, the size of the hook in the jig, and make sure they fit whenever you do put a soft plastic on. So this jig hook probably has a size, looks about like a size 6 hook in it, whereas this one, that's maybe a size 4, size 2 or 4 hook in it. And you just gotta recognize that when you buy them. When you buy these jig heads, they come in bulk. You can get them in 10 to 20 packs. So that's why I think it's really good for beginners. Eagle Claw. This is Eagle Claw brand. Actually, no, this is Archie brand. Eagle Claw. You can get about 100 of these for 20 bucks. So as far as soft plastics, again, make sure they fit on the hook. My favorite this year has been Big Bite Baits. Their plastics have a lot of salt in them, and they have a great scent. And so they also make these neat colors. And also this grub is a split tail grub. I don't know if you can see it. And they kind of like, it has a great swimming action. And so I went ahead and bought 100 of these whenever they went on clearance for the Christmas holiday specials on their website. Also want to get better hookup ratios when I'm targeting panfish. So I got these 1-inch grubs, which I'm going to put on these mosquito hooks and do a poor man drop shot with them. So let me pull one out and read it real quick so you see how that looks like. And so these baits will be small enough to go into a panfish mouth. So right there, I'll rig this up as with a drop shot or on a bobber, and this will be what I use to target panfish with. As you can see, it's really tiny 1-inch grub on a size 10 hook. I might even be able to thread this onto a size 8 hook, but I'm planning to use these size 10 hooks. Again, Big Bite Baits had a great clearance sale for the Christmas. Also like to use Archie brand, and so they have these minnow style baits, little jerk bait type tail on it. So I use Archie brands also, and I also buy cream brands, grubs and tubes. But what Big Bite Baits does, they keep it really simple for you. You get your spinning gear, you get your reel, your rod, and then you just walk over. In Academy, Big Bite Baits has these 4-packs of jig heads already rigged with a plastic. You can get you a grub, you can get you a creature, or you can get you a paddle tail one. Where's it at? You can get you all 4. They're $1. So 4 jig heads with pre-rigged plastics for $1. That's a great deal in my opinion. Terminal tackle with already plastic on it, especially if you don't know what to get. Get you a sampler pack, and if you really like it, then go get you the bulk pack. That's why I bought a bunch of these, because I bought one of these and I liked how it swam, and I caught a bunch of fish on them. All sizes, all species. I was like, man, I need to get me some of those. So I bought the 100 pack, and then this is a little carrier I use for them. But there you have it. Again, once you get some confidence, jig fishing, you know, go catch a ton of fish. Go catch a ton of panfish, you know, small bass, and you know, learn how it feels like. Learn what it feels like when a fish hits your hook. Like, cause some people always ask me like, how do you know you got a fish on? Like I can't explain it. It feels different from when you're casting and don't have fish on. And so this right here will, you know, start teaching you. You'll start learning through practice of what it feels like to have a fish on. And if you do hook a big one, a lot of these reels, that drag system is amazing. Don't have your drag all the way cinched down. You know, have it somewhat loose. That if it is a big one, you know, that drag's gonna help you fight that fish. You won't break off. Be smart about it. But once you do start getting some confidence, get you a bigger jig head with a bigger hook on it. Go get you a, you know, a 3-4 inch grub. So this is the ones I like to use. Yum makes some good plastic, especially these grubs and these paddle toes. And if I can get it open. So right there, it's a bigger grub. Just for size comparison. I'll see that. So this is about a 3-inch grub compared to a 1-inch grub. So yeah, upsize. Once you get some confidence in you, try to get a bigger fish, because the bigger the bait, the bigger the fish. That's how you're gonna catch those big ones. And then Yum also makes some paddle tails. So here goes their paddle tail. But the reason I have Yum is also a more budget-friendly brand, and they're really durable, soft plastics that have a great scent to them also. But yeah, there you have it. This is my #1 recommendation. If you're trying to get into fishing and you're overwhelmed by all the options, get you a spinning reel, get you a spinning rod, medium or lighter, and buy you some jig heads. Again, if you get that medium action rod, stay in the 1/4, 1/8 ounce. You'll have a better time. And if you get the light action, then you can throw the smaller stuff. But I learned the hard way. Throwing small stuff on medium action rods is very difficult. It's not a fun time. So I'm telling you right now, if you get a medium action rod, get you 1/4, 1/8 ounce jig heads. Don't even try to throw smaller stuff. You're just gonna get a bunch of wind twists. You know, it's gonna get messed up in your reel. Now, if you do get a light action rod, you know, ultra light with 4 pound, 6 pound test, then you can throw the smaller stuff. But there you have it. This is what I recommend to you if you're trying to get into fishing. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you like what I'm doing, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Till next time, y'all take it easy.